every election cycle, you know, there are millions who are heading to the polls for the first time.
That's right. From those just turning 18 to those earning their citizenships, it can be a very intimidating experience. We don't know what to expect. One of those first-time voters is our very own beloved Houston Live correspondent, Melanie Camp. Mel Camp, thank you for joining us in the studio to give us some insight in your experience. How was it?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I've got to say, I wasn't expecting it to be as emotional as it was. Yeah. I was in the line. I was at the Bellin Community Centre. I went there earlier, like, what was it, last week? When was it? When were the earlier polls? Last week?
Yes, the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, so I went early because I was a little anxious that I wasn't going to do it right, you know, and I know that for most people in the United States, it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You do it all the time. I've voted in Australian elections, but yeah, never before in an election for the President of the United States. So yeah, there was pressure.
Yeah, you talked about getting emotional. Walk us through some of the thoughts. What was going through your head that made you so emotional?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think a big one, and when you ask me this question, I think a huge thing is I think about the fact that as a woman, once upon a time I wouldn't have been able to vote. So that was first. I thought of all the women before who've fought so hard for the right to have their voice heard, and knowing that I could step in that day and at least have my say. No matter what the outcome is, I get to have my say because of those women. And then also thinking of people, if you were black, you couldn't have voted once upon a time. Like, there's so many of us that, being who we are and how we were born at one point in history, unless we were a powerful white man, we couldn't have voted. Yeah. And so I think for me, that's what really, really hit me more than anything, is knowing that we just have a little more power today as a whole, as a society, as a community, to be able to have our say.
I so appreciate your candor, because I think that for those of us born here, we take for granted sometimes, like, oh yeah, I'm going to vote, or, you know, some folks opt not to vote, but it's nice to hear you say it really is something to cherish and to exercise that.
It really is. And I think also because I haven't been able to vote, and I'm dedicated to being an American. First I had visas, then I had my green card, and it's a whole process to become a citizen, and making that choice that this is my country and I'm an American, and then now being able to have a say. So over the years, even though I felt American, I felt like I couldn't have a say as well. So, you know, it was that double one of like, yeah, exactly that.
You've had your say, you talk about the process. What's your message for folks who become first-time voters?
You know what? I think exactly that. I feel like a lot of my younger friends feel a little jaded, and they feel like maybe they're not making a difference. You feel like you're a drop in the ocean. But, you know, many drops of water make up the whole ocean.
There you go.
So I think we have to be optimistic. And so I would say that if you're not voting for now, vote for the past. Like, vote for the people who couldn't vote. If you have the right to vote, I think you should just step up. And then don't stress too much about the outcome, because I think it'll be what it'll be.
What'd you do with the I voted sticker? I asked everyone, where's your sticker?
Good question.
I know, I was like, I should have brought my sticker in, but I haven't, and I didn't. I was going to stick it on, but I didn't even want to take it off. What I'm going to do is, when we know who the next president of the United States is, I am going to put it in my journal with a little entry.
It's special,
on that day. Yeah.
It's your first ever.
First ever I voted sticker. So that one is going into my journal.
Into your journal is something that you'll treasure forever.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
Melanie Camp, we're so excited
share
for
my
you.
story.
We love your story. I think it's going to
Me too.
inspire so many out there.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so.
Thanks, Mel.